Good morning, Foothill. It's Mr. Paul. I want to thank you all for being here today on this lovely Monday morning, April 20th. Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. Remember your social distancing and keep up with your washing of your hands. What do we got? We got about like 5.5 weeks left of the school year. So let's make sure we finish off the school year right. You guys that are doing your homework and taking those quizzes, good job. Keep up the good work. Some of you guys haven't yet. So remember, you guys are going to go into my Google Classroom, like the page that you see right here. And you can go into classwork. It's also on the stream page. But here you guys will be able to see the homework packet for the 10.5 plus. There's 3 assignments in there that you need to attach. And then the quiz, 10.5 plus quiz. That'll take you to quizzes, which is where you'll take the quiz there. So if you guys haven't got that done, please get on that and get that done. I know there's been some talk and some chatter about the way what's going on with grades. And right now, I'm continuing to put grades in the grade book, and we're going to keep up with that. And when we in the school and the school district finally decide what they're going to do, then we'll move forward with that. But right now, some of you guys again are doing the right thing and getting your work done, and then it's again being reflected into your grade. So keep that up. Some of you guys that haven't been, get on it. Make sure that you guys are getting that done. If your friends are sleeping in and not doing anything, then call them up and wake them up and let them know about getting the homework done, and get on Zoom and work on it together. That's fine. Maybe that'll be like a nice little study group for you guys to have. So meet up, chat up with other classmates, and I know it'll make things go a lot smoother and a lot better. And I know you guys will have more fun that way too as well. So keep that going. Remember the haiku page. If you guys have questions that you're still unsure of, then please go to the office hours. And if it's something more than that can be asked in the email, which many of you have been doing, and hopefully I've been able to answer them for you, then come to office hours 9:30 to 10:30, and then again 2 to 3 Monday through Thursdays. Right, the link's here. You guys can click on the link, and it'll take you there during that time. And hopefully I'll be able to answer your questions there. We are moving on. We are now in chapter 11. We are moving into volume. And the thing about volume is it is so much easier than surface area. So if some of you guys were struggling a little bit with the last section, remember surface area is like the outside or the skin of the object that you're looking at. It's kind of like the wrapping paper that you would use to wrap that present, or the paint that you would use to paint that object. But with volume, it's pretty simplistic. And a lot of people seem to do very well with volume. So hopefully that can, be you guys, and hopefully this will go pretty smoothly for you guys. So, but today, here's kind of like the schedule. We're going to talk about prisms, volume of prisms and cylinders, and then Wednesday will be volumes of pyramids and cones. All right, and then on Thursday, next Monday, we're going to be going on to volumes of composites. So the composites are just like we did with surface area, where it was multiple objects put together, and then we have to find the volume of that object. And so you'll notice that a lot of things are very similar to what we did for surface area, because it's the same idea and same concept. They used to like to put it all together in one, but we're right now breaking it up into these different topics for you guys. And then we should have another quiz again on that following Wednesday as well. So kind of see a pattern going on here. We're going to pretty much try to kind of break it down into these little topics and little subgroups. So hopefully that'll make things a little bit easier on you guys moving forward. You guys can see that there's the homework underneath this. And there's going to be one more. I haven't put it up there yet, but there'll be one for next Monday as well for the volume of the composites. This Khan Academy is a little bit of practice if you guys want to I need a little bit of help for the composites, but again, that's not until next Monday. And there's some additional practices over here on the right-hand column if that's something that you guys are looking for. So be aware of that and take a look at that. All right, for today's lesson, if you guys would, you can download these notes and then you can open them up. Whether you're using your paper and pencil, old school, that's cool. If you guys are making copies, printing them out, that's fine. Or if you guys just use your computer. Okay, I'm going to use the Microsoft Whiteboard app. Okay, and then once you open up the Whiteboard app, I'm going to open up the document. Okay, you guys should have downloaded it to your hard drive, and then you guys can find it and open it up. And be aware, it was saved as a document, a Word document, and not a PDF. So make sure that when you open up a file, you choose the Word document to open it up as. All right, so here we go for our notes for today. Volume. So when you guys think of volume, think of filling up a pitcher of water, taking a can of soup, okay, all that soup inside of it, that's the volume of an object. Right? If you guys had a box of cereal, all the cereal inside of it, that is the volume of that object. And really, it's, again, like I said, it's the same concept and idea that we started with surface area, but now we're filling the object, that inside of the object, up. So you can easily take something out of your kitchen you guys have that has a top and a bottom to it and start filling it up. And that concept and idea is the volume. And so let's go start out how to find the volume of a three-dimensional shape. All right, so volume equals area of the base times the height. Not a new concept, huh? And for abbreviation's sake, we call the big B, the capital B, that's the symbol for area of the base times our H times our height. All right. So if you guys want to think about this, if you get and picture an object, I would start by doing something like shading in the bottom of the object so you guys can understand that this that I'm shading in right now, that's going to be the base. Now, with a rectangular prism, understand that you have options to choose as your base. You won't go wrong. Just make sure that you, keep in mind that you don't use the same numbers for your base as for your height. But otherwise, you can, choose a different side as your base. But right now, since it looks like it's sitting on that, we're going to use that as our base. All right, so volume equals area of the base. Well, area of a rectangle is length times width. So that's 10 times 4. And then we're going to multiply that times the height. So this is our length, this is our width, and this is our height. Times it by 6. All right, so what do we got here? $40 times 6, and we have 240. Now, when we talk about volume, remember that's in units cubed because we're looking at 3 dimensions here. Let's go with red here. Let's put that back up. All right, here we go. Boom. So volume equals 240 meters cubed, area of the base times the height. Like I said before, I would suggest that you guys shade in your base to kind of give you a visual reference as far as what are you looking at for the base, and then go from there. So for this next one, we're looking at a triangular prism. Okay, it's exactly the same formula. Volume equals area of the base times the height. But like I said before, let's start by figuring out what our base is. Now with this one, it does matter what is the base. Now remember, the base has to have a parallel and congruent side in order for it to be considered the base. So if you look at what it kind of looks like it's sitting on, that cannot be the base because it doesn't have a parallel side opposite of it and congruent to it. So this, though, this triangle that I've shaded in, that has a parallel side. It's the one back here. So we can consider that the base, even though it's not resting on it right now. Just imagine you guys picked it up and turned it up so it's sitting on it. That helps you make, like I said, make a visual reference to it, then do it. But this right here, this triangle that I just shaded in, that's what we're going to find our area of. So that is the triangle. And the formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base. So let's call that the base. 7.35 times the height. And we'll call 3.6 the height. All right, so that is my big B. That is the area of the base. And then we're going to multiply this times the height of the object. Now this is the height of the object, okay, as if we were resting it down on its base. And then, so we took it, rested it on its base. That 5.94 is this distance right here. Okay, now we just need to multiply that all together. Let's see here. What do I have? Let's start with 7.35 times 3.6 times 0.5. And we're looking at 13.23 times 5.94. Right, multiply those two numbers together, and I end up with 78.5 rounded to the hundredths place would be 5.9. And we're talking about meters cubed again. Volume of that triangular prism. So just remember, what is the base? That's important. Don't confuse that. Make sure you're using the appropriate base and find the area of that, and then go with the height based off of that base. So the height is the distance between those two parallel sides. All right, last one. Volume of a cylinder. So volume of a cylinder doesn't change. Still the area of the base times the height. So think about it, you're like filling this up with water. And then once you have that bottom filled up with water, then it just starts rising. And that's how, again, we're going to calculate this volume. So for the area of the base, let's shade that in so you guys can see this right here is our base. So that circle is our base. So the formula for area of a circle is pi r squared times it by height. So what is our radius? All right, our radius was 10. Just cover it up a little bit. And the height. So there's the height of the object. There was the radius of our object. Height is 13. All right, so 10 times 10 is 100, and 100 times 13. Well, that's going to give us 1,300 pi. So if I wanted the answer in terms of pi, or the exact answer, that's what you guys would tell me. But if we're going to take it one step further, then we can say it's 1,300 times. Now, if you don't have a pi button and use 3.14, then you're going to end up with an answer of 4,082 feet cubed. However, if you had a pi button, this is what happens when you round. It does this. Okay, so if I was to use the actual pi button, I end up with an answer of 4,084.4 0.07 feet cubed. Okay. So obviously both are correct. Okay, one is just because of the rounding using 3.14 in case of pi. So anyways, that is our volume. Remember, volume, much easier than surface area. And I hope you guys can see it all. All right, there we go. Hope you guys are able to take care of all this, and I would suggest shading in those bases and then labeling as you can, as much as you can, and then just start putting in your information to come up with a volume. All right, if you guys have any questions, please hit me up during office hours or send me an email. Otherwise, get those homework done that you guys didn't do from last section, and then make sure you guys are on that quiz too as well. All right, you guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.